Hey guys. Gonna wait for a few more if people are gonna come. 5 minutes. Then I'll start. I'm gonna do a randomized game so that the puzzles are all different. So it's like a brand new experience. After this, I'll go back and play the other Myst versions. This is one of my favorite games. Just jamming some cooking. Oh, what are you cooking? Started practicing for 16-star Mario 64 runs. Ooh, I should play Mario 64 through sometime. I've started it many times and just never gone through it. I should probably do that. Odyssey was fun. It seemed like a lot like Odyssey. I mean, I know what kind of game Super Mario 64 is. I just never gone through like the first world. I think I beat the first world and went to the second world and that was it. Spicy Sofritas. Did I pronounce that right? Don't know what it is, but it sounds good. This music's probably gonna get flagged because they're still selling the Myst soundtracks. This is from Myst 4. Jack Wall did the music for Myst 3 and Myst 4. Incredible music. It's not your thing. It's not your thing. Mario fans rated as highly as Odyssey. Yeah, no, I like it. When I got a 64 as a kid, my first games were Ocarina of Time, GoldenEye, Episode 1 Racer, and Turok 2. And I never had any more 64 games than that until years later. And I got Mario Kart 64 and Vigilante 8, Majora's Mask. But never did get Super Mario 64, so it was never something I played as a kid. So it just kind of never happened. I have to do it sometime. Tofu and a poblano chipotle sauce. Wilds and beans is what I'm doing. Alright, well enjoy that. Alright, let's get on to this. I've got everything turned up max, even though I only have 1080p, but we got ray tracing, so all these rays are going to be traced. NVIDIA DLSS, and it runs absolutely stunningly. I only have a 2060. It's like the lowest tier RTX card, and it runs absolutely beautifully. Majora's Mask is another one I haven't beaten. I was scared as a kid because of the time limit. I thought that when you went back in time, it reversed all your progress. You have to get all the items over again, so it ruined my impression with the game. Classic or randomized, but I'm definitely going to go through it again. I'm going to do randomized. I actually was playing this earlier today, went all the way through it in classic mode, and there's a bunch of achievements to get. And one of them was speedy, and beat the game in less than 2 minutes. And that took like a few attempts, but I actually did it, because you got to know what to do. You don't even have to go to the end of the ages, you just skip straight to the end, because all you need is the answer to the puzzle, and if you know it, you can go straight to it. So I finally got that. I'm only missing now 3 achievements, and they all have to do with playing randomized, so Let's do it. And thanks for the follow, Hoss00312_. I noticed that earlier. Let me know if the volume is good.
I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only fleeting glimpse.
Must have memorized this 100
I tried to
times.
speculate where it might have landed, but I must admit that such conjecture is futile.
Yeah, it's like those...
Questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me.
It's like those,
I know my apprehensions might never be allayed.
Don Bluth cartoons, like Secret of Nim and stuff that just kind of traumatize you as a kid, but you still love them all the same. And we start. Look at this game. I'm not even streaming at 60, but I'm going 60 frames right now. Let me just... I don't think I can change quality midstream. I'm just going to leave it, but... yeah, I can't change anything now. That's okay. Futurama's Brave Little Toaster. I never saw that movie either. It looked like some knockoff, like Disney movie, so I didn't... I was just like, I don't know, watch this stupid little toaster. And then... yeah, I missed out for sure. Everyone says such good things about it. But man, look at these rays, man. Look at these traced rays. I should have started streaming at 60 because it's so good. Okay. Let's go up here, take a look at the mechanics. Traced rays is really more for superior reflections like water metal. Yes. Yes. But also global illumination. That's another thing. But yeah, all the light and world reflected in real time is just absolutely insane. Like, it's, instead of like point lighting systems and whatnot, plain lighting, so this is like rays of light hitting every single surface and bouncing realistically, and what I can't describe it, but it's a more realistic depiction of how light works. Anyway. Even the holographic water looks good. Okay, I'm skipping over because I've played this 100 times, but we're going to start with this note right here. For anyone who's not played this. Catherine, I've left for you a message of utmost importance in our forechamber beside the dock. Enter the number of marker switches on this island into the imager to retrieve the message. Yours, Atris. Is it? I know it's not 60 frames, but is it... on my preview window here on OBS, it looks pretty choppy. Is it choppy on your guys' end? Like it's skipping frames every now and then? It doesn't say it is on OBS, but if I'm doing it through Shadowplay, which I am, a little bit choppy. Maybe I'll have to turn off ray tracing just to get decent frame rate for you guys. Yeah, that's ugly. Cool. Cool, Davor. That's cool. Yeah. The performance is great on my end, but on the stream end, it's working a little hard. Okay. Let's just turn off ray tracing that. The thing is, though, I have to quit. Okay, let's go ultra performance. See what that does. Turn off VSync, maybe. Anti-aliasing, I can turn that down. All right. Is that any better? Still jumpy a little, isn't it? It's probably the ray tracing. Shoot. All right, I'll turn off ray tracing. Go back to quality. One higher. Epic. Oh, there's epic. Yeah, do epic. Turn off ray tracing. I'm gonna have to restart it. Okay, that's fine. Save to a new. Oh, there's only 2 save slots. Okay, I'll save over that one. Quit. Try it again. I got this game on Oculus back in December. That's when it first came out, and it was only released on every other platform like recently. But owners of the Quest version can redeem by its cross-buy system the Oculus Rift version for free, and the Oculus Rift version also has the 2D desktop version. So, yay! I didn't have to pay for it. Theory games let you save in as many slots as you wanted. Not true. Not true. AGI games were only limited to about I don't know, a dozen or so. SCI games could do more, but it would eventually run out of space, and then it would say you have to delete some or overwrite some to continue saving. So they did have limits, but it had more than 2, that's for sure. Are there many VR Myst-like games? Seems like such a good fit. Cyan's other game, Abduction, is VR. Is Quern VR? I think Quern is a game inspired by the Myst series. Same type of style game. It's also VR, I'm pretty sure. Let me just check. Um, I'm checking in my Steam list. No, it's not. Thought it was. But Abduction is. And also, there's a game called Zed that Cyan released. I think that's VR too. Yeah, another save folder. That's true. You could do that. All right, let's go back. Let's see how this runs. Okay, no more ray tracing. Still kind of jumpy, isn't it? Still looks gorgeous, even without the ray tracing. It's still a little jumpy. That's kind of irritating. Let's lower the settings. I want to make sure this looks good for everybody. Super sampling to ultra performance. Anti-aliasing down. View distance high. Try that. Alright, I guess that's as good as it's going to get. I'm sorry, guys. It's really irritating. Usually I don't have a problem, but this is a brand new game. Medium? Okay, if I go all the way low, and it still does it, turn off DLSS. Yeah, it's still doing it. Maybe I just have too many programs open. Let me just shut some stuff down. That. I got browsers open. I'll close those. All right. Oh, it's better. I think that's holding a solid 30 now. Now let's up the graphics. Maybe I just had too many programs open. I had Firefox open with a bunch of tabs, which is stupid. We'll see how this goes. Okay. Now that's a little jumpy. I'm going to turn off DLSS. That's, even though it's supposed to give me performance, it doesn't. Let's play at medium. All right, here we go. So the number switches on the island are, I think, 8. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, there are 8. So I don't want to run around everywhere. I want to really take this in. So let's walk a bit. This looks good, but it does look so much better with ray tracing. Yeah. It's better to have the performance, though. Ooh, there's some flickering going on. Even on my screen. Why is it doing that? Well, it was just released. There's going to be some bugs. Post-processing. Something's making that freak out. Alright, I won't stay down here long. We get 8.
Catherine, my love, I have to leave quickly. Something terrible has happened. It's hard for me to believe. Most of my books have been destroyed. Catherine, it's one of our sons. I suspect I can...
Everything looks amazing except for these 3D rendered characters.
find
I don't know why they didn't stick with FMV, because it's just 2D image anyway. Look at it.
my library unchecked for so long.
I mean, it could be like a camera somewhere actually
Books from the library and place them in the places of protection.
viewing a 3D model, but
Books until I return, but if you've forgotten,
yeah. I miss seeing Rand Miller as Atris and Akinar.
don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine. I'll see you shortly. Oh, and erase this message after you've viewed it, just to be safe.
And he's supposed to have a beard, which he doesn't. Erase this message after you viewed it. Obviously that didn't happen, so we know something's wrong. Well, oh yeah, that's a bug. If you run into the door, it just stops and then closes again. Okay, here we go. Okay, since this is on randomized puzzles, I have no idea how to get into each age, which I usually would. So let's turn each of these switches on. I don't want to run around too much because I want to enjoy the beautiful graphics, but the one thing I don't like about this, first, one thing is the FMV is missing. Second thing is the day-night cycles. realMyst back in 2000 added day and night cycles for every age, and it was awesome. I'd spend hours in this game just sitting in the stone ship age in the middle of a storm watching the lightning at night, and then the sun would come up, or the calmness of Myst, or... And then in realMyst Masterpiece Edition, they kept some day-night cycles, but they removed them for others. And now in this new remake, they just got rid of them altogether. So that's a little sad. This would have looked awesome with a day-night cycle. They should have gone even further and added like weather effects. That'd be great. Made less sense at the time, but I wish more contemporaries of Myst had randomness in their puzzles when applicable. Oh yeah, like wasn't much of an internet, but also people had fewer games and replayed stuff. That's true. It seems like it's ripe for randomization too, the way these puzzles are designed. Yeah, I can't turn that on yet. Because I can't get across there. But that's okay. Let's start in the library. People complain about Sierra games having moon logic. Yeah, it's just logic puzzles. It's not. Well, some of them are. Okay, so I always go to Stone Ship first, so let's do Stone Ship. Oh, but first let's check these out.
Serious? Is that you?
I think they did re-record all the dialogue though,
Seal?
for a higher quality.
Miss Mackinac. They kept me. Bring me pages. Forever and ever.
True. About Quest for Glory, yeah. One thing I noticed,
The blue pages.
he wants blue pages. And he wants red pages, obviously.
You must help me.
Bring me the red pages. Yeah, sure thing, buddy. When I first played this on the Quest in VR, a few months back, when I first got it, I noticed how everything was redesigned for a person standing up, like with a headset. So no longer do you touch the picture, you pull this handle. I'll show you as we go on, but each of these puzzles have been redesigned for not redesigned puzzles, but what is with that flickering? Maybe I should turn on VSync. Is that what's doing that? Okay. Maybe VSync was doing that. The other thing I noticed was how small everything is in comparison to how it looks on a 2D screen. And then you play it in VR and it's like, wow, everything's really small. This is a bit of a cheat. This is just a texture. And they do this on every 3D version of this game. I think that the texture would be higher quality if the texture quality settings were higher, but... Okay. Okay, the top one I was going to say, that's the original one. October 11th, 1984, 10:04 a.m. But these ones are randomized. They're not the same. So, luckily they've added this because people are clamoring for it. Screenshot feature. That was really hard in VR to take notes because you'd have to take the headset off and there was no way to take screenshots. Everything still looks really good, like especially the light on the floor tiles like this. I mean, it's Unreal Engine, so it's gonna look great, but... Alright. Oh yeah. Believer. Alright, so we gotta go in here to check some... Wait, let's look at those journals, I forgot. Might have some different information in here too. Channel Wood. I'm not going to read all this. Talks about his experiences in each age. It's a lot to read through. Unless you guys want me to read it, I'm not gonna. If anyone here is new to Myst, I could read it, but... But in these journals, there's clues for puzzles. So there's Channel Wood. There's nothing in there. Okay, so Stone ship. They redrew all these sketches too in the journals, and they look really good. Probably so that you could really look up close to them in VR. Okay, the constellations. I'm not going to write these down. I don't need them necessarily, but I think I pretty much know which constellations match the symbols, which we're going to need. Selenitic or selenitic? Selenitic? It's probably selenitic. And here the notes are different, so I'm going to take a picture of that. For the keyboard, one of the achievements is on a randomized game to get the notes, the note puzzle right on first try. So this will be a real test of my musical capabilities. Really nice sketches. I don't think there's anything in here. No clues in there. Okay. We got what we need. It does this thing frequently in the game where it'll fade in and out when it loads a new area, when it's got to change what the area looks like. So if I click this button, it goes black because it's got to load a new area in here. It does this throughout the game in different ways. Okay, so what were they again? Photo album. Got some photos already. This one. October 11th, 1984, 10:04 a.m. If you click too much, the music stops too. I don't know why. It's some kind of bug. 1984. I remember this one because my birthday is in October 1984. That's when I was born. 10:00, and I remember 10:04 because in Back to the Future, the lightning strikes the clock tower exactly 10:04 p.m. Saturday night. I remember that line from the movie. But this is 10:04 a.m., which just makes it easier. So this is going to be the leaf, I'm pretty sure. Yep, that's the leaf. Looks like that one's going to be the same. Whoops, wrong one. July 13th, 2305. July 13th, 2305, 10:56 a.m. $23.05. July 13th. Arrow. The leaf, the arrow. Now, I know those constellations off by heart. I know what their symbols correspond, but if you didn't know them, you'd have to write down draw the constellations, then cross-reference with the journal to see which symbol it is. But I'm going through these a little faster because I got a lot of versions of this game to get through tonight. Approximately 6, maybe 7. August 7th, 7352. Three, 52, and what was the time? 8:15 p.m. Leaf, arrow. Ooh, what one is that? I have to look that one up. I don't know that one. Leaf, arrow, and whatever that is. Let's look at the journal quick. It's just 4 stars. Stone ship. And the eye. Leaf, arrow, eye. Okay. Okay, I know the leaf is here. This is the arrow. The eye. It's the anchor. There it is. And there it rises. There we go. Off we go to Stone Ship. This looked really neat in, let me see if it looks the same here. Oh, it really doesn't. Those spots of water, like the whole ship is damp looking, but those spots of water are little puddles of water reflected so much better with ray tracing. Really is a treat in ray tracing. I can't wait to try it on the Quest with the ray tracing version. Here we go. Now this is the age that in realMyst that was released in 2000. It had a day-night cycle, and there was a storm going on. It was raining, and you could watch the lightning. But if they were going to replace it with a static time of day, they couldn't get much better than this. Look at this view. The giant sun with clouds in front of it. Like, the art direction in this version of the game is absolutely stunning. And you still got the storm in the distance. I don't think you see any actual lightning, though. But man, that looks good. And the water. Oof, this game is beautiful. Look, there's some dithering going on, some actual dithering, where the water meets the edge of the lighthouse there. Okay, so we just emptied the water of this lighthouse. Now, in the original game, this was just a chest on the ground, and there was a valve on it, which didn't make any sense, and it would empty water, and you close the valve, and when you fill the water back up, it rises to the top. But here they changed it to be A, a little more realistic, B, to accommodate somebody standing up in VR, and now there's a big barrel attached to it, which makes more sense. I mean, as much sense as this can make. But having a barrel full of water that you empty, it's a good way to hide something instead of just flooding the actual chest. So now we have to pump the water back in. I think my partner's tired of me pointing out dithering in games. Especially 3DFX games, right? Dithering everywhere. Like, I used to play Half-Life and Unreal and Quake with dithering. Right. Also, instead of opening a trap door, the key is right here inside the stone wall, and it retracts the actual ladder rungs from out of the stone wall itself. Yeah, even modern 3 games have it. See, if you're not looking for it, you won't notice. See, it just went dark again because it's got to reload the world with the lights on in the cave over there. And when that battery runs out, it'll fade to black again. But that's okay. Okay, now before we go down there, I'm going to go up top here. This is where I'd used to just sit with this music playing, watching the storm, and I'll do that later. I'll show you how beautiful it looks. This is more, this is kind of a mix, though, of realMyst's interpretation and the original Myst. Because the original Myst was very yellow in lighting. But this kind of marries the two of them. Alright, so we need... okay. We need to know the compass direction. Oh, it's different. It is. Look at that. The compass direction of the lighthouse. It used to be 135, I think. And now it's 305 about. It's changing the compass direction. So 305. I'll have to remember that. Just gonna run down here. Water drips. So much more atmosphere. I might as well do this now. Grab the pages. The other good thing about this version is you can grab more than one page at a time. The originals would not let you do that. Okay, so that's north. That's 0. And then we got 355, 340, 30, 20, 10, 5. Nope, that was wrong. It's not 305? Come on now. Don't do that to me. That automatically turns off the power, so we gotta go back. Turn the power back on. But while we're down here, let's just get the pages. They recreated this faithfully, even though it makes no sense. So part of this game is figuring out which of the two sons destroyed all the ages. And we gotta find out what happened to Atris. And the only characters we have interaction with are the brothers themselves in the prison books as we give them pages. And they're able to speak more. And where's the darn page? Isn't it supposed to be on this table? Am I just being stupid? Yeah, there's no page in here. I'm stupid, it's on the bed. Okay. First red page, get. Well, second, technically. Okay, I gotta go back up and turn on the power again. Yes, a Catherine. I didn't realize before I started working in VR how intensive it is graphically. Yeah, and it has to be. Like, even... like, things you wouldn't notice playing on desktop. As soon as you get in VR, I mean, besides the screen door effect with the low resolution, if you have a low resolution VR headset, is how you can get so close to everything, you can really notice the texture resolution if it's low. So it's really got to be high. Okay, turn that back on. That's a lot faster, by the way, than it was in previous versions of the game. Speaker thinks we're a Catherine. Yes, we don't know who Catherine is. Obviously someone important to him. Well, he said one of our sons, so that's his wife. And she's away somewhere. Who knows? She didn't get to read the message. Because he said delete the message after you viewed it. Which it wasn't deleted. We're back in here again. Whoops. So that's Sirius's room. Each of the ages has a spot where each of the brothers kind of dwelled. So that was Sirius's room. He likes everything prim and proper, and then we get to Akinar. And judging by his voice, he sounds kind of psycho. And we get to his place. He seems a lot more barbaric. And here's the page. I love that we can hold 2 pages at a time. In the original, you'd have to get 1 page, go all the way back to Myst, put the page in the book, go back through the age, get the other page, and then go back again. We don't have to do that in this version, thankfully. I forgot about this. A rose to a skull. D? Oh no, that's a measuring thing. It looks like a D. protractor or whatever. Sextant. He likes to build things. And the music for both of them is unnerving, so we gotta figure out whose fault this is. And the only interaction we have is with them. And all the clues throughout the ages, and by the end of the game you get to decide who you're gonna rescue. They each blame the other. And the power went out. Ran out of time. Gotta go back again. Yeah, I love the music in Myst. All the music, actually. It's gotta be high when you're close. What do you mean by that? I think I missed the context. You run at like 50 miles per hour. Oh yeah, the texture resolution's gotta be high, yeah. Akinar's theme is good. I actually prefer Cirrus's themes. It's a little more mysterious and intriguing. Akinar's is good, though. I mean, Robin Miller, Rand Miller's brother, one of Rand Miller's brothers, did the music for Myst and Riven. And they're my favorite soundtracks in the Myst series. I gotta stop running. I'm so used to running, I don't want to run though and skip everything. Or it'll be over all too soon. But I will run down the stairs. But don't try that at home. You might fall and break your neck. Okay, it doesn't matter. We are looking for... Okay, it was 300 or 305. So north would be 0 or 360, right? This would be 180. 85, 90. 95, 200. Shoot, I lost my place. 180. 90. 200. 210. 220. 230. 240. Oh, 305. No, that doesn't make sense. What? I thought each step was like 5. That doesn't make sense. 0, 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. No, because this is 90. 90-degree angle. Why is my math failing me right now? 95, 100. Nope. 90. 100, 110, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. This is not 180. 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 100. What? 360. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. This happens way too fast in this game. This version of the game. The old version, you had a lot more time. Okay. Can I saturate it? Alright. Let's run, because we're going to run out of power. It's 305. Okay, if I miss it again this time, I'm going to look at the telescope again. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. So this is 90, 180, 270, 80, 93. It's wrong. I'm going to look at the telescope again. I would have assumed it was, but But no, it was closer to 300 than 310. And I thought there was a 305 and there wasn't, so. Okay, before I do that again, go up to the telescope. Sunbeams, God rays. Incredible. Okay. Yeah. So there's the halfway point. There are no counters of 5s on the thing, so it's closer to 300, so we gotta do 300. But first we have to turn the power back on again. I know this is common in games now, but I still freak out at the window pane light refractions and shaders they use for that stuff. Looks great. Alright, so we'll try 300 this time. $300, 270, 80, 90. There we go. It was 300. I have to hurry up or the power's gonna go off again, but I always love this part, seeing all the fish. In realMyst they had like whales and stuff. They didn't seem to have that this time. Sharks or something. Power is really on now. Okay, and we dump the water from this. This is the exit down here. Love that view. Incredible. The book used to meld right out of the wood in the original version. This one just opens a panel. Really goes for the more realistic approach in this one. Kind of surprised they dropped all the changes from realMyst. How come? I don't know. So it's not realMyst, it's Myst. They just call it Myst, so maybe they wanted it to more mimic the original game, I guess. So the day-night cycles are gone. There's also no rhyme age, but I heard that it just wasn't finished yet, and they're working on it. My guess is that... Here, let's put these pages down. Well, if you know or don't know, there was a attempt to remake Riven in the same style as realMyst years ago, and they called it the Starry Expanse Project. They went along for years. They released a demo in Unity before they moved on to Unreal. I think at first they were even using the Uru engine. I could be wrong about that. Anyway, then it was announced a few years back that they got Cyan's permission and blessing to make the game. And then just a couple years ago, they announced that they got hired by Cyan and are actually working with them to finish the game. So it's an official Cyan product now. So it is going to be a reality. And maybe they're holding back the rhyme age, because in the rhyme age, if you solve all the puzzles, it shows you a preview screenshot of Riven. Like, the whole puzzle system is you got to align these crystals with colors so that you can look into the Riven age. So it was something Atris was doing just to see if you could see inside the age. That was the in-universe explanation, but it really was just a way to... little Easter egg to see a screenshot from Riven. I wonder if they're going to do something for the Starry Expanse project in this game. That's kind of a preview. Whoops.
Return.
You've returned.
Thank you for bringing the red page.
You're welcome.
You must continue to help me.
Must I?
My name is Cirrus. Release me. I beg you to find me.
Find the red pages.
You've returned. I thought you wouldn't return. Just to rescue me. I'm back now. Don't be my brother. I beg you. Be complete. Don't. Always blue pages.
I love Akiner's voice. Okay, so that's one page down. What's the next one we should do? Mechanical. I always do mechanical next. So, tower rotation. Whoops. There we go. My least favorite Myst game is Myst 4. But even that's a lovely game. It just kind of misses the mark for me a little bit. The charm is gone. The otherworldly, bizarre-looking nature of it, of the ages, is kind of gone in Myst 4. To a degree, except for the one of the prison ages you go to. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like you're in space and there's like a green sun under you and there's these floating rocks everywhere. That was really imaginative. It was kind of like brought me back. 825. 1 to 2. Other than that, I haven't actually beaten Myst 5 yet, actually. So I don't really have an opinion on that one. I couldn't say if that one's worse or better. Even though I understand that Myst 5 really, in actuality, is basically an Uru 2. Uru was a multiplayer, but also single-player spin-off to Myst. Uru I did beat, at least the main storyline. I didn't beat the 2 expansions. I was working on Path of the Shell when I stopped playing it. And the other one, To Dunny, I don't even know if that adds puzzles that you can actually beat or not. It's just like, it takes you to Dunny, you can explore Dunny. But, okay, Mechanical Age. Yeah, it was really pretty, but I didn't like it as much as 3. I'd say Myst 5 is worse though. Really? Oh, that's saying a lot. That's kind of sad to hear that. Oh, it's... I'm used to doing it. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 25, right? The other thing about Myst 4 was Atris's voice. Rand Miller played Atris again, but he didn't talk the same way. Whenever Rand Miller played Atris, he always talked like this, with a kind of a subdued voice, and it was always interesting to listen to. But in Myst 4, he just kind of uses his normal voice and talks normal, and it kind of threw me out of it. I'm like, that's not Atris. Like, something's wrong. But, anyway. Those two things, it also really fell apart towards the end. Like, that last puzzle was really sucked me right out of the game. Okay, 1, 2, 2. That shouldn't be too hard. There we go. First try. That rocks. Looks great. This game looks beautiful. Can't get over it. Yeah, I was like, to the point where when I first watched it, I mean, Rand Miller's hair is shorter and he's older, obviously. I almost didn't recognize him. I'm like, wait, is that Rand Miller? Is that Atris? Is it a different actor? Like, he sounded that different that I at first couldn't, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hit and miss to get really good child actors, though, too. That I can look past, but I can see how that would take you out of it, for sure. Okay, now this is where I am fascinated to learn if the sound effects for the compass directions are different, because we'll need those in the Selenitic age. Clouds do move, which is nice touch. I really like whatever filter is used over this area. Like it's got some really strong blues, and the shadows are even like a blue hue. You know what I mean? I don't know how to describe it. Also, because this is the mechanical age, inside here the collected water is pooled with like rainbow-colored water. All right. That's why it felt like the leftovers of Uru. Yeah. It was supposed to be Uru 2. They were going to call it Uru 2, but they changed it to Myst 5 to get more sales. Had its moments, especially using the stone thing to draw patterns was a nice and different approach, but it was also really quick to finish. Oh, is that so? That's definitely sad. I also thought it was neat. Yeah, just a snake in a box for no reason. Good way to die. It looks pretty real. Obviously, it's got to be fake. Snake in the box? Okay, I'll check that in a second. Yeah, this guy's got, like, heads in boxes. How can this guy be good, right? Torture chambers. Like, screw this guy. I thought it was cool because I do know that you can go see Myst and it's like all destroyed and torn down and it's like stormy. And if you go there, I gather it's a dead man walking situation. You can't get back and you lose the game, but it's a cool little Easter egg. And they see, realMyst was actually made in the same engine as Uru and Myst 5, so they probably took the island from realMyst and put it in, kind of degraded it and put it into Myst 5 just for a, okay, Easter egg. Now this thing, what are the sounds going to sound like? Okay, so south is a cowbell metal clang sound still. Maybe they don't randomize the sounds. That would be good. Oh, I gotta hold it up. Okay, I think the compass direction sounds are still the same. I thought they might randomize those too. They re-recorded different sounds, but they're still similar. Ding. Yeah, it's all the same. Alright. Can't be too careful what they're going to randomize. This change looks cool. You just hover over your mouse over the these geometric shapes in the original game and they would like light up. But here you push buttons and it kind of looks cool. I'm going to leave them on. Some little totems from each age. So this is from Selenitic. Stone Ship, obviously. I love how this is the actual original model for Stone Ship from the original game. But the actual ship in Myst on this version is way more ornate and designed, and that's obviously Selenitic too. Oh, but both from Selenitic. I thought it'd be one from each age. That makes more sense. And we get the full quality versions of these paintings and tapestries. I didn't get the red pages. Alright, I like how the button's hidden in here. I see everything's just, I mean, in the original game, it would open just a little panel and you'd have to like crawl in, but they accommodated VR players for standing up and just made it a door, straight up a door. Another one of those puzzles redesigned. Also, this note was rolled up and into one of these wine holders here. I was looking for him, like, where's the note? And I'm like, oh, they just put it on the table. Cirrus, your greed sickens me. Your desire for wealth and plunder is never satisfied. I will instruct my subjects not to pay your new tax, and you know they'll listen to me. Regards, Ekanar. See, he's got some gold too. Oh no, this is Cirrus's room, never mind. Yeah, he left this note for Cirrus. So there's gold and wine. He likes high-class living and wealth. And seemingly ruling over subjects. Okay, we gotta go around. Should have went the other way. Taking the long way. Alright. Why isn't any of this working? Oh. Weird. That must be a little glitch. Okay. Red. Middle button, so it goes down halfway, so we can get to the top again. The basic puzzles that aren't going to change, I've already solved, but I still remember when me and my dad played this for the first time, bought it brand new. I still have the original disc, lost the original box, unfortunately. And we were figuring this out together. We finally beat it at the end. It was that was a fun day, or a fun few days. We didn't beat it the first day. The sound design in the original Myst was great too, and this version it's even better. Okay, now we've rotated the whole complex. There's 3 different islands. This one, that's where we came from, and this one. The other side is empty, but I'm going to move it over there anyway because there's a little Easter egg. I'm not sure if it was in the original game, but it's here now. So we have swirly line or ribbon and whatever that is. An almost complete circle. Myst was one of the free with CD-ROM games we got back in the mid-90s. Did you get it for free? I wish I would have kept the box. I had the boxes for the original Myst. What am I doing? Myst Masterpiece, Riven, and Myst 3 Exile. I had the boxes for all of those and lost them in a move across the country back in 2004. I also remember seeing the box for realMyst at a Toys R Us, and I still kick myself to this day that I never bought it. We're facing north. After buying this, oh, the CD-ROM drive, right. Cool. Actually, we got our first CD-ROM drive. It came with a sound card bundle, and the CD-ROM ribbon cable actually plugged into the sound card. It wasn't a IDE ribbon cable. It plugged directly into the sound card. Wouldn't work without it, and it came with King's Quest V. So that's how we got King's Quest V. And this looks even better than Abduction. Abduction has some noticeably low resolution textures, and you really notice it in VR. But they've really polished it up for this. Circle with square hole in it and a half moon. Okay. It's so good. Like the rusted metal textures and everything. It's just... The Quest version is less quality than this because it's... Well, the Quest version runs standalone right on the Quest. It doesn't have, you know, the memory to run the full game like this or anything, but this is quite nice. Yes, voiced by Richard Aronson. The one, the only, the great Richard Aronson. Poisonous snake. Exactly. Also the great Josh Mandel, who played Graham. I really loved him as Graham. And it's so cool that he came back for all the fan remakes and stuff. To do voice Graham again. And now we're facing west. I will get this game soon to play in VR, but a bit miffed it doesn't have native WMR support. Is that Windows mixed reality? Is that what you're talking about? That's too bad. Yeah, it was released on like everything else. There's got to be some way you can patch it in. The narrator's voice. Yeah, I heard a lot of people like to crap on the King's Quest V narrator because it sounds so muffled, but the Sierra Originals version of King's Quest V, the CD version, has completely remixed audio and it sounds so much clearer. It was just bounced and mastered differently. And you can hear him a lot more clearly. But he was apparently he did some kind of voice work in California, right where Sierra was in. Why am I blanking on the name? Oakhurst. Oakhurst? Yeah, Sierra Originals were, it was a line of re-releases on CD with minimal packaging type of thing. And just basically a repackaging. Selling the old versions. Like reselling old games with new packaging. Kind of like the Nintendo... Nintendo re-releases their games with this like special packaging around it. Anyway, same type of deal. Oh wait, what am I doing? I was going to show something. And but in King's Quest V's case, they actually rebounced all the audio for it. It's so bizarre, and it actually sounds better than the original version. Check. There's an Easter egg here that I never knew about. I don't know if it's in every version of the game, but there's a skeleton hanging from a pirate ship. There's an achievement for this called It's Bob. James Earl Jones is Cedric. Are GOG versions original or Sierra original? GOG is original. Because the current collection version you get on Steam and GOG and that are from the King's Quest collection, and the King's Quest collection used the original release, not the Sierra Originals re-release. So it's a special version. You can find it on eBay. I'm trying to find a copy myself when I can afford one. It's not too expensive for just the disc or the little packaging. It's not like highly sought after, but it does have... There's a little achievement for seeing this. I don't know if it's in every game. I'm going to check once I go through them all. Anyway. Let's head back to Myst. And the sound quality is clearer, and the file size is also smaller. There is, if you Google or search on YouTube for King's Quit, you'll find a video series of someone playing through King's Quest V, but using the audio from the Sierra Originals version, but using the audio mapping of the first release version, so that the locations for the audio lines are all wrong. So like you could get some random voice or random sound effect responding to a dialogue that it shouldn't, because the mappings are all wrong. And one of them is if you go into any screen with water flowing or river flowing animation that should have water sound effect, it'll start with the narrator saying "quit," and then the water sound will start. So it's been affectionately dubbed King's Quit. That version of the game, that version. If you mix them together, it's pretty hilarious. It's kind of like a randomizer. All right, here we are. What's the photo? These are from my other playthrough of the game, but we got circle with a square hole, half moon, ribbon, and net. Okay. I think it's the half moon, right? And then the ribbon. There we go. And we're done with the mechanical age. Actually, if you can excuse me for a second, I'm just going to go get a drink of... Be right back. Thank you for waiting. Throat was getting a little scratchy. Okay. Alright, we'll leave the Selenitic Age for last. Let's do Channel Wood. We gotta rotate the tower. Oh, but we have pages. Let's give the pages and see what they have to say.
Have returned. Additional page. From my prison on this forgotten island of Myst. I see that you are. I am called Sirius. I need all the red pages I need. Must search. Bring me. 2 more of the red pages. I am released. I promise. Warn you, don't touch the blue pages. It's where my brother, wicked brother,
I said, I think they re-recorded all the lines. Robin Miller originally played Cirrus in the original game, and he must have come back. He doesn't work at Cyan anymore. He left after Riven. So for the initial realMyst remake, they had to use the original dialogue, and they didn't re-record it, and it was still kind of low quality. But for this version, they re-recorded. They must have got Robin back to do it. Rand Miller re-recorded his lines for Atris and Akinar. He played both of them.
You're back.
He does a great Akinar.
Blue pages you brought from
I'd like to have a Sierra game narrated by Akinar.
Oh, I must have some more.
Or Akinar as Cedric.
No. Since my brother, Cirrus, wrongfully imprisoned me within this book. Stupid scheme.
I'd like to see Akinar rant about poisonous snakes. That'd be hilarious. Right. Oh. Dragon Sphere. Yeah. Another good one. Four, three, two. It's easy enough to remember, but I'll take a screenshot anyway. Four, three, two being the combination to the safe inside this little hut here. Look how faithful it is. Also, in the original game, this safe had a box of matches in it. That's all it was in the safe. Box of matches. And then you'd light the furnace over there. In this game, it's an ignite button, which kind of makes more sense. Because if you had flames, you could just light this thing. You don't need to hide a box of matches. But putting the actual ignite function in there, it makes more sense. This tree goes way up. There's actually an achievement to ride this tree all the way to the top. I already got it though. Okay, I'll let it go up a couple more times before I drop it down. This is also a lot faster than in the original. Original game you kind of have to wait quite a long time. Okay, that's all the way up now. There we go. They also changed this, how this looks down here. Before it was just a room, and there was a stump in the middle of the room with lights pointing, and there's a linking book on the top of the stump. In this, they actually made the room look a lot more like Channelwood, and there's like walkways, and it looks really neat, really nice. Look at this. The nice addition. And off we go to Channelwood. Now this place seems a little more swampy than in the original game. It was very sunny, very stark lighting, but this is like very foggy, misty, and the water is very stagnant looking with leaves everywhere. The atmosphere is just great. Alright, we're going to turn this over here. Also, again, to accommodate VR players who are standing up, there's these helpful levers way up here, and you don't have to bend down and The original game, you'd actually turn this thing directly. But these levers are up here now. It's kind of nice. It's alright. And like that. It's a windmill here. Taking in water from the water, the ocean, whatever it is. We gotta turn this on. I don't know what this does. I've never known what this does. It stops the windmill and then it just keeps going again. The original game did the same thing. I don't know what the point is. Maybe it does something, but we're just gonna ignore it. Frog! There's frogs everywhere now in this. That's such a nice little detail. Oh, I love this. Imagine playing this in VR. Like, again, the Quest version on the Quest itself is not near as nice. Sending it over to the wrong place. Keep going this way, please. And it wouldn't look as quite as realistic as this, but the immersion level is just incredible. And now that I have this version through crossplay, I can't wait to try this on the Quest now with the ray tracing and everything. Wonder how it's gonna look. Way better than just the native Quest version anyway. Oh, no, 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 no. That's going nowhere. This one. Yeah. I don't think I need to do any of this until the very end, because this is just to get to the linking book back to Myst, the escape. The exit or whatever, but let's do it anyway. So it's done. Sound plays a huge role in this game, so everywhere you go you get these audio cues if the water is actually running through these pipes. So you can figure out where the power is going. Anyway, I don't need to go up there yet. That's the exit. Can the Quest even handle ray tracing? Not on its own. Oh, I missed some... Sorry, I missed some stuff up there. I will... Yeah, we get the short end of the stick. Fortunately, there are key bindings. Some games can still be jank. Oh, that's too bad about the Windows Mixed Reality. The Quest itself can't, but you can stream games from the PC to the Quest with Oculus Link, as if it was an Oculus Rift, which is a standard Oculus VR headset that requires a PC. So your games run off the PC and just links, but you can use the Quest in the same way. So you can... I've played Half-Life Alyx with the Quest. You just have to hook it up to the computer. If I had a Quest 2, if this was a Sierra game, then you could fall off the docks and get eaten by alligators. This should be remade in Sierra style. If I had the Quest 2, it has higher resolution screen and everything, but also better Wi-Fi capabilities, so you could connect wirelessly and have games playing in fantastic quality. Better than the Quest 1 can do, because its Wi-Fi is limited. It doesn't have 5G or whatever, or 6G. I can't remember which one it supports. The Quest 2. But, yeah, it's wild. But then the Quest 2 also enforces... I can't go this way yet. The Quest 2 also enforces a Facebook account, which the Quest 1 doesn't. If you already have an Oculus account, you don't need to make it... combine it with your Facebook account yet. And I'm holding out to the bitter end because I don't want to do that. Okay, here's the switch to open that doorway over there. Although, and I just don't have the money right now, but otherwise, I think the Quest 2 is the best quality plus bang for your buck VR headset out there right now. It's just too bad about the forced Facebook account connectivity thing. Because your Facebook account gets banned or something, you lose all your games and stuff, which is full of it. And obviously, if you're not going to do anything to get you banned, but still, it's the principle. Your gaming account shouldn't have anything to do with your social activity. If you're a paying customer, you should have the product that you paid for regardless. Absolutely ridiculous, but this is the world we live in. But I have heard that you can get around the Facebook integration and still use your Quest 2. Up we go to the 3rd level. Like the sound of the wind up here. Just so much more immersive. Let's go to Cirrus's room first, since it's the farthest away. Oh no, this is Akinar's, never mind. Psycho. You got torture devices, you got sacrifices, and this is how that works. Yeah, you could make phony accounts. If you didn't link your device to your actual Facebook account and linked it to something else.
I hope I pushed the right button, my dear brother. A very interesting device you have here. I'm not erasing anything important, am I? Remember, he is preparing.
Preparing, that's what he said.
Take only one page.
Blue page. Cool, you look right up close to those pages, you can see the dunny writing and everything. Which can be translated now, so I wonder what they actually put on those pages, the textures. What the writing actually says. If they've paid that much attention to detail or not. Because it's a puzzle there's a puzzle in Myst 4 where you have to learn to read dunny script for... Kind of like you have to learn the dunny numbering system in Riven. And in Exile, you learn the Narayan symbols and what they mean. Yeah, this used to be a drawer under the bed, and now it's just sitting on the bed. I forget where the first... Oh yeah, the other one was in... Excuse me. Was in a drawer in the Stone Ship Age. The other half of this page. Which says... the vault access is in plain view on Myst, and it says you have to turn all the marker switches to the on position, and then go back down to where the ship is at the dock, and turn that to the off position, and then the vault will be opened. So that message, combined with that note, kind of tells you, oh, that's where they hid that page. So what page is he talking about? We'll find out. I've already been here. Still such a backwards decision. It's... Like, I can understand the engineering perspective. Well, no, I can't. I don't see what even... Because I know that the Oculus headsets use a bunch of data to get to know you and how you play in a VR space, and it learns as you play, but I don't know what that has to do with your social account. At least that's what I heard it does. Yeah. Learning language puzzles and games usually just cheat. Abduction had a numbering or language thing you had to learn. Oh, we did it? I didn't get that far. I played a fair ways. I got to a couple different dimensions or whatever. But I hadn't beaten it yet. I kind of stopped playing it. Because I was playing The Witness at the same time, and I wanted to beat The Witness. But if that's true, I kind of like it. And when I first played Riven, I didn't get it. But I mean, after conquering Riven, and I had help with Riven after a while. After conquering Riven, even though it was with help, and learning the writing for the Dunny writing in Myst 4, I think that could be a little more fun this time around. Riven, I think, is a masterpiece. It's my favorite in the series. As challenging and difficult as it is, I like the almost, I don't know how to describe it, archaeological approach to puzzle design. That it has, where you're just uncovering, okay, you got to learn the Dunning numbering system. Okay, now you got to combine that with these animals, and then you got to combine that with sounds, and everything comes together at the end, and it's just a beautiful tapestry of, and it's because it's from a culture, how the culture views all these different symbols and creatures and stuff. If Abduction is done half as well, I'll enjoy it. I think. Witness is a game I won't get back into playing, seeing as I'd need to relearn everything. Yeah. I'm kind of looking forward to that, actually. I'm kind of looking forward to forgetting about it. I played through it once, and I'm going to wait a long time before I go back to it, because, yeah, there's a lot to it, and it's not often that I can replay a game and forget everything that I did, because I have a good memory. But something like The Witness, I think after a few years I could. Good ending, yeah. Probably a bit anticlimactic for most people. It's got a couple endings. There's no bad endings. There's the main ending. And it's a very existential, kind of philosophical type game. So there's no good or bad ending. There's no characters. It's all philosophical in nature, and it's just for the puzzles and the gameplay of being taught and learning and beating each puzzle. The concept behind the philosophy kind of lends itself to the orientation and the design of the puzzles, but it's not super fulfilling. It's just, oh, I finally beat it. And then after you do the first ending, you can go back and keep playing and get a different ending by going even further into with other puzzles that you don't need to do. There's a whole underground area you can discover and go through, and some really difficult puzzles there, which would drive most people nuts. There's one that's timed, actually. You got to go through this whole series of puzzles within a time limit, or you have to do it all over again, and it randomizes every time. So you can't learn it and then go back and do it better. It's random every time.
You must visit the one remaining.
So you have to really know the puzzles. Yeah. Just watch my playthrough on YouTube. Actually, I don't know if I have all of my episodes uploaded to my gaming YouTube account yet.
He is guilty.
Brother's guilty, yes.
Oh, my friend. Thank you for bringing the blue pages. Listen. Convinced that Cirrus is guilty.
They seem to hate each other. Alright, last one. Phonetic. Now, the original is 59 volts, and I know how to get it right off the bat. This time, it's going to be different. It'll take a little bit to get. Is Outer Wilds like that? Yeah, again, the time sequence is in the advanced extra ending, which you don't need to do. But it's not like, oh, 60 volts, one higher than 59. How lovely. Okay, 60 volts. I mean, the game still gets difficult and pushes you towards the end, for sure. Voice is getting real scratchy. $60 volts. 60 volts. Now, if we don't get this right the first time, we gotta keep coming outside and resetting the breakers, so... see if we can get this one done the first time. $60 volts. 5, 9, 16, 19, 22, 8, 7, 2, 1, 10. Okay, let's try doing some. We need 60. Oh, went too high. 62. Wait a minute. 60. Okay, that's it right there. That's the pattern. I went 2 above. That was easier than I thought it was going to be. Okay. We gotta climb this ladder. Well, I couldn't get into Outer Wilds. It's a time loop like Majora's Mask. Oh, I've never even looked at Outer Wilds. I had no idea what kind of game it was. I don't know if I have to do both of these breakers, but I'm going to. Man, throat. I guess you have to do both because now I hear electricity running. Ben. Oh, I didn't have to come back down here, I guess. Cool. I think you had to come back down in the original. If maybe not. Maybe I just never knew that. Cool. Just hit the breakers and try again. Alright, now here's where we get to one of the achievements I need to get to successfully do this keyboard puzzle on the first try on a randomized puzzle version. So let's save. Alright, yes. And take a look at our photo album. So what's this? We have G flat or F sharp. F sharp, E, E, F sharp, high E, low E, A, B. That's not so bad. F sharp, E, E, A, B. Let's get that one first. sure. First note, right? Yeah, I think that's it. Yes! Excellent. I don't know whether I like them. Particularly this one, I don't know, but I don't find it annoying because I'm a musician. It comes easier to me. Kind of neat. Kind of neat to focus a puzzle on music, which is hard for a lot of people I know, but even so. Let me just check the... I just want to take a look at my achievements, make sure I got it. Yes, perfect pitch. Solved the piano puzzle in a single try. Oh, it doesn't say randomized. The list I saw online said it had to be randomized. Whatever. Okay. Wait, what's the other one? Just perfect pitch. Never lost. Oh yeah, I have to navigate the underground tram system first try. I'm pretty sure I can do that too. Here we go. Now this place looks really neat. It was a really foggy area in realMyst, and it's foggy again here. There's no day-night system, but you can see the sun peeking through the clouds, and then you see these shooting stars in the sky. It's so freaky. Very blue, very dark. Oh, there's one. Shooting star. See one like right here. There it goes. Whoa, what's up with that? That's not right. Look at that! You can see the wall of fog. I don't remember seeing that before. You might actually like it. It really requires you to pay attention. Well, I'll look into it then. I know it's on Xbox Game Pass. I just canceled my Game Pass, actually. Or is that Outer Worlds? Maybe they're both on there. I don't remember. I just canceled my Game Pass, actually, because I need to save money for the next couple months, but... when I get it again, and I will get it again, because Xbox Game Pass is freaking awesome, I will definitely try it. Yeah, I've seen a couple things like that, but I am on lower video quality settings, so that might be a reason. I never saw that when I was playing with ray tracing and max quality, but... alright, anyway, blue page. So this is a place of sound, an age of sound, so we have to turn on these microphones that are capturing sound from different sources. This is water. And it's transmitting it over there. We'll take a look at that later. But it looks really good. Like, and then you look up and you can see like the sun peeking through the clouds as it moves. Wow, it's not as animated as it is in ray tracing. Oh, look, that was a nice shot of that shooting star. There's like comets or something. This is cool because the journals talk about seeing lights in the sky, and it was like comets streaking through near misses on the planet or whatever. But you never saw them in the original game, not even in realMyst, I don't think. So it's really cool that they added them here. It's a nice lore detail. Man, that looks nice. It's just a game, and you can just make these things really easily, I know. I mean, not easily, but... It looks so realistic. I feel like I'm actually outside watching shooting stars. Especially in VR, that would be crazy. I have a complimentary 1 month free Xbox Game Pass if you want it. Got it with Psychonauts 2. I don't have an Xbox. Xbox Game Pass is on PC too. But I don't know if I'll be able to get another trial because I already had an account. But... if you don't want it, I don't have an Xbox either, but if it works with PC, because you can use it for PC too, I assume. If it's only for Xbox, then I won't be able to use it either, but... what's the name of this age again? Can't remember it. It's Selenitic, or Selenitic, or probably Selenitic. Selenitic. Do you prefer this or the VR version, out of curiosity? Well, they're one and the same. This is the VR version. It supports VR. But if you're asking whether I prefer it in VR or in 2D desktop mode, I don't know. The Quest version is lower quality than this, slightly lower quality, not as nice looking, because it's got to operate on a mobile device, basically, but you can play this version with the Quest or the Rift or any other headset device with the link cable from your PC, and I intend to do that with ray tracing and everything. I just need a new link cable for my Quest. The other one I had died, but they're like $40 on Amazon, so if I was to get the official cable from Oculus, it's $100. But what happened was I left the headset plugged in, sitting on my desk for like days, and yeah, I guess the way the wire was connected to the headset over top, it was curved like this, and it was sitting like that for days, and I think the connection messed up, and it doesn't connect at USB 3 speeds anymore, if it connects at all. So, and it was a 15-foot or 16-foot cable too. It's kind of annoying. It's pretty fun in VR though. I just I'd rather have the more high quality version like this, which now I can do. And I have a better PC now than I had when I first was playing PC VR games. The clock. So I had to lower like all the quality settings when I was playing Half-Life Alyx because my old PC just wasn't quite up to spec. But now I can't wait to get back to Half-Life Alyx. Oh, I already did this. But I need a new link cable. It's the only thing holding me back. I want to finish Half-Life Alyx. I'm a huge Half-Life fan. Okay, am I missing one? Or did I get everything? I don't think I got the prisms yet. No, I did. Never mind. I must get everything now. Okay, now we go all the way over here. And go underground. Excuse me. Very scratchy voice when I talk so much. I usually don't talk that much. So my throat's not used to it, I guess. It just did that fade out thing to load a new area again. Like, it doesn't just turn on lights. It has to like fade out and load a new map or something. It's really interesting. Very strange. Okay. Let's look for the wind sound. Is that it? No, that's the vent. Perfect. Gotta find each of these microphones that we turned on. Okay. That's the clock. There we go. And then water's the last one. And then we push this button at the bottom and it tells us a certain order, and then we can open a door somewhere else. A certain order the sounds need to be in. No, that's the clock. It's the vent. Oh, there it is. Okay. Clock. Prism. Clock, crystal, wind, vent, water. Clock, crystal, wind, vent, water. Or heat. Whatever. Clock, crystal, wind, heat, water. Clock, crystal, wind. It's not a thing I can take a screenshot of, but I can remember it. Clock, crystal, wind. Heat, water is last. We get to the funnest part of the game that everybody loves. Everyone's favorite part. This should be... What was the first one again? Clock. Clock, crystal... Wind. Oh, that's right. Heat. Water. There we go. This even looks good without ray tracing, but with ray tracing, this cavern was absolutely incredible. It's all about the lighting and the reflections. Here we go! Be the second last achievement to get. I'm gonna save. There we go. I have an RTX 2060. 6 gig card. It's the lowest tier ray tracing card. But it plays this game beautifully at max settings at 1080p, so it's a good performing game anyway. Ding, north. That's west. Nice, as long as it's good enough to use ray tracing without major slowdown. Yeah, I can't stream it. I was ray tracing when I first started. I don't know, were you here when I first started streaming? But I had to turn it off because the stream was chugging. So... Otherwise, I'd be playing with ray tracing now because the performance is great. Just didn't like it when I was streaming. Even though the performance in the game was fine, on stream I was dropping frames, even though OBS said it wasn't dropping frames. What was the sound? That is east. Call that the fizz sound. Fizz is east. The spring or shaker spinny type sound is west. A ding is north, and the cowbell or metal clang is south. East again. That's south. The sounds are a little different in this version from the original. The original was like actual cowbell. Sounds more like a metal pot or something. I guess it's still kind of a cowbell sound, sort of sound. South again. I think I'm going to get this one first try. Yeah, but yeah, the ray tracing works good for this game, luckily. Other games... Like Doom Eternal is, again, a very highly optimized game. I get pretty good frame rate and ray tracing at max settings in Doom Eternal. I might have to lower a few settings. Yeah, I can't do max settings because I don't have a high enough memory capability on my card, but that's West. But tweak the settings. Even on lowest quality, Doom Eternal looks absolutely incredible. So again, I guess it's not the best choice to test with, but on Minecraft, the ray tracing works good with just a little bit of stuttering after a while. So I don't know what's going on with that, if it's some kind of memory leak over time or what, but I have to disable and re-enable to kind of refresh the ray tracing for it to be smooth again, but it's playable. Okay, that's southwest. Both sounds at the same time. Whenever I upgrade my card, I'd like to revisit Control for the ray tracing. Oh, Control. Another game I haven't played. I think that's on Xbox Game Pass too. We're going full West. I think. I can't remember what was on. My Xbox Game Pass hasn't run out yet. I should take a look. But Control looks really interesting. I wanted to see what that game was all about. And now I can try that with ray tracing. It was a total fluke how I got my 2060. You know, the prices for graphics cards are through the roof right now. Northwest. But when I was looking for a new system, parts for a new system on Newegg, I found a bundle. It was really cheap. It was like 998 Canadian dollars or something like that, 997 for a Ryzen 5 3600X processor. Northeast. 750 watt power supply or 850 watt power supply and a 2060 card, which makes the graphics card about $500 compared to like the next highest card was $1,011 or something. So I'm like, I grabbed it right away, and then a day later or a couple days later that bundle was gone. So I was lucky to get it. I just gotten paid from a recent music contract gig I did, so I wanted to upgrade my system, and it was like 10 years old. Absolutely nuts. So I feel lucky. It's the lowest tier ray tracing card, but I feel lucky to have gotten it. Southwest. No, southeast. Yeah. Fizz, that's east. Cowbell Fizz, southeast. Yes! Quake 2 with ray tracing. Yes, I did. It's pretty great. It's obviously more kind of like a tech demo type of approach. So in some areas it kind of fails a little bit, but oh, we're here. That means I did it. Let me just check my achievements. Make sure I got it. Never lost. Got it. Heck yeah. One more achievement to get. Oculus doesn't give you achievement pop-ups, so I have to check the actual client. Some places it kind of looks like the textures looks a little blurry, and not blurry, but a bit low res. Without ray tracing, Unreal is a crazy engine, man. So some reflective surfaces will look perfectly reflective and beautiful and really fit in with the world, but you go up close to them and you can see kind of the texture on it is kind of low quality, but for the most part it looks pretty darn good, and I enjoyed playing through it again for another time. Okay.
You finally returned. I owe you a debt of gratitude, for you have nearly released me. My name is Cirrus.
Gonna talk. Yeah, the Quake 2. There's some things I don't like. They made the sky full bright, and it's supposed to be like dark with these like, or at least a dim yellow with like black clouds type of look. But they made it like super bright, middle of the day on Earth type of look, which I thought was not really appropriate for the game. But for the ray tracing, it made it look really good.
Hello. I'm Achenar. I'm glad to see that you have returned to help me escape from my...
I actually have to listen to them.
It was
I forgot. I have to
who did this to me.
know which pattern to do
Do not listen to him. I warn you.
for the final puzzle.
He is alive. Do not be persuaded by his evil lies.
Whoops. Sorry.
My
Okay.
father, he will kill you. It began when my brother Cirrus began to lust for riches. He stole from the ages of Myst. He hoarded up riches for himself. While father slept away his watchfulness. My sick brother secretly pronounced himself king. King of the ages of Myst, he said. He began to look upon me in disgust. His lowly brother. I hated him. And then Cirrus began to destroy the ages of Myst. He burned their forests. He tore down their structures. He flooded their lands. He murdered their inhabitants. He completely destroyed all but 4 of the ages. Of course, I had to warn my father. But when I finally found him, there was Cirrus also talking cleverly with the lying tongue of a serpent. He convinced father that it was I who had destroyed the ages. He convinced father that it was I who was greedy for wealth and plunder. And as Cirrus dealt the final blow, he tricked father into believing that I was the murderer. But Cirrus did not deal as fast a blow as he had planned, and his father died a slow death. He at last doubted my brother's clever lies.
True.
In dying, father poisoned us both. Unsure from which of us the
Echinar's Golem.
I swear to you.
Yes, precious.
You must release me. My brother is a deceitful liar and deserves punishment. I only wish vengeance for my dear father's wrongful murder. Believe me. You must only
Yeah, the 1070 is not a ray tracing card, right?
from this prison. It is the easiest to find.
So
Go to the bookshelf.
it actually runs though. I didn't think it would even run. I didn't even try it until I got an RTX card.
Which is different from the other books.
But it would make sense if it's trying to do it in, I say software. It's trying to do it in hardware without a ray tracing core or whatever. 158. It's the same number. So I guess the go away. Pattern 158. I guess the actual pattern then must just be different, but it's always pattern 158. And you used to have to crawl into this, but now you just walk into it because it's for VR. Oh, what am I doing? I gotta look at pattern 158. And it opens right to the page you need to be, which is kind of silly. But okay. Pages are full of patterns, but... So that's the patterns. Oh, and I need... Whatever. I'll do that after. I have a GTX 1080 not made for ray tracing. I downloaded Quake 2 RTX on Steam and it runs on GTX 1070. That's interesting. I didn't think it was that impressive, but Quake 2 is an older game. Well, again, if you don't have ray tracing, it probably can't reproduce the effects that is made for with a non-ray tracing card. Although maybe it just tries to and it can't. Yeah, it's not the best looking thing ever, regardless. What am I doing? Photo album. But I thought it was neat to see it in ray tracing with some fancy reflection and lighting effects. So we've got a Tetris piece here. Another Tetris piece here. Tetrominoes, I think they're called. Okay. Sure. 3 down, 4 across. I think that's right. No, 2 over. Okay. And then 3. 3. Is that right? Something like that. Okay, no, yeah. 2 dots, 2 dots. Is that it? Three. I think that's it. It tries, it fails. Read something a while back that NVIDIA added basic ray tracing support to Pascal cards via driver. Oh. That's neat. I also know that Reshade has some ray tracing shaders that kind of perform the essence of what ray tracing is, but without a ray tracing core. It's not as nice, and it's, again, it's shaders put onto a game that wasn't made for it, but kind of simulates the same idea as what ray tracing does. As far as I understand it, that's what I read anyway about it. I think this is right. I'm going to try it. Yes, it works. Page. Page. Don't touch the green book? Well, I'll touch it anyway.
Who the devil are you? Don't come here, Donnie, not yet. Oh, I have many questions for you, my friend, as you no doubt have for me.
Voice is real quiet, isn't it?
Again. Perhaps my story is in order. My name is Atris. I fear you met my sons, Cirrus and Achenar, in the red and blue books on Myst Island in my library. My library. Oh, it contains my works, my writings. Oh, I wrote many books.
You missed the acting too with the FMV version, without the FMV.
From my father.
Like, the models for these people aren't bad, but he looks nothing like Atris.
Books, those were different. I wrote those books to entrap
And the performance is just not there from what the, an actual face has. They should have kept the FMV for these scenes. I guess they're trying to be consistent for when you actually go to Dunny and see Myst Atris, which has to be a 3D model at that point.
I gave them free rein to the books. Perhaps it was not wise. I could
Yep.
see the greed.
All right. So I'm going to turn off that corner. Go get the white page. But first, I'm going to save, because there's one last achievement to get. And I want to show it too, because it looks freaking cool, and I can only imagine how cool it would look in VR. Let's do Achenar. This is what the prison book looks like. The original game is just a little panel with black all around it, but this is great.
How do you feel, my friend?
Couldn't do this with FMV, I gotta admit.
The pages you worked so hard for. Perhaps you're seeing the world from my point of view. Oh, yes.
Such a cool effect.
Cirrus.
I can see what they're doing here. It's some kind of shader that's allowing more blue values to override
Someone will rescue you someday.
The panel or whatever.
Yes. Yes. You lose.
In VR, this would be pretty freaky. The end. We beat it. And I just want to check my achievement list. After all that effort. Yep. All right. Got all 26 achievements. Now I can stop worrying about that. Now let's go back and beat the game properly. Turn on auto run at this point. Okay, so all the switches are on. We just turn this one off. Instead of a panel opening down there, it just spits the page up. So it's not really a vault, but sure, okay. Alright, now let's see if I can remember this pattern first try. We got 2 Tetris pieces, tetrominoes. This comes down like that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 10. I think that's it. I did it!
Have you found the missing page?
Yes, let's go.
Come.
All night? No. But I'm going to go through every version. It's not going to take as long as this one because I wanted to look at everything, but there's also a big picture of a guy's face in the center of the floor here. It's not here anymore in this version. Atris does not look like Atris, and it bugs me.
You've done the right thing. I have a difficult choice to make. My sons have betrayed me. I know what I must do. I shall return shortly.
Here I go. In the original game, there was like a light shaft coming out, reflecting off of something here, but they just took that out here. Going through the wall or the rock face. I'm not sure what the point of it was, but this room is exactly where Myst 5 starts. Just kind of a neat throwback. It is done. I'll be playing this again
But my writing cannot wait.
once they
Fear that my long delay may have already
get the rhyme age in, which is not finished yet.
the world in which my wife, Catherine, is now being held hostage. Oh. In a reward. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not there. I don't know why.
The library of the island of Myst and the books that are contained there. Feel free to explore at your leisure. I hope you
I was really looking forward to seeing rhyme, but it's not. It's not done. So they just pushed the game out, and they're going to add rhyme again after, which is a bonus age that realMyst added.
greater than my sons could ever imagine. At some point in the future, I may find it necessary to request.
Oh yeah,
Until then,
it's complete. Just the bonus age that realMyst added, they haven't finished it yet. So it's something. It's an extra age you get after you beat the game. And it shows you a sneak peek of Riven.
Myst linking book to return to Myst.
Thank you. And that's Myst 2021. Yeah, if you go into Dunny without the white page, he like gets mad and yells at you. What kind of fool are you? And then you're just stuck there in Dunny with him. But yeah, though the bad endings by going to the prison ages are so much cooler in this game. No, it's gonna be in it. They're working on it. I don't know who Chuck Harder is though. Yeah, this is the ending. You yeah, explore the ages at your leisure. So realMyst added a bonus age that only appears after you've beaten it, and it's a book on the floor right here. It's a new journal. And you have to put, I think, a different pattern into the fireplace, and this pillar rises up from the floor, and there's controls, and you go into the other age. You find the other book. It's something to do with a platform out here, too. And you go to another age, and there's a series of puzzles there, which involve crystals and colors. And if you align them properly to the notes, you find the clues, the puzzle hints. It views one shot of Riven from like the starry expanse. It's like without a book. It's utilizing the crystals to hack into the starry expanse, for lack of a better word, and get a picture of what Riven looks like. So what my theory is they are... Chuck Carter worked on this game. His face was used for the nerf of the floor of Kavir. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Maybe he asked for it to be removed. It was in every version except for this one, though. But anyway. My theory is, since the Starry Expanse fan project, which is what the fan project remake of Riven was called, they called it the Starry Expanse project. Since that melded with Cyan and they work at Cyan now, my theory is they're waiting to be able to show off that game, that remake that's coming officially in the Rime Age, and they're gonna show it off instead of the screenshot of the original Riven, they'll show us some kind of preview maybe of Starry Expanse once we get to Rime. I don't know. Anyway, that's my theory for why they held it off. One of the major graphic designers, if you watch the old BTS video, included in early copies of the original version. He was the guy talking about modeling a ship from the shape of Flounder from The Little Mermaid. Oh, I do have the original version in the old making of video. I remember watching it, but I don't remember that conversation. I'll have to go back again. So that is Myst, and by gosh, it looks incredible. All right, now let's go back to the original game.